are such an asshole.
Continuing on at Asshole Consulting, where Cappy's going to get all of his work done so he can have a day off tomorrow. And I'm going to go look for fossils and gun shells in the old bombing range in the Buffalo National Grasslands. You can't do that in the national parks. You have to go in the grasslands. And then I'm also going to look for agates down in Nebraska, and then slowly but surely ride my motorcycle down to Denver. And, oh hey, by the way, baby boomer fucktard bosses, do you get to do that in your little cubicle? You get to drive in a commute, don't you? You don't have the nice open prairie and mountains and badlands formations. No. But you just know more than us, don't you? Because you have gray pubes. Greetings, I hope this email finds you well. I'm currently teaching English in South Korea. I'm thinking about teaching ESL overseas as a career, but want to get your opinion. I'm thinking about doing a year overseas. Wait a minute. I'm thinking about... Oh, as a career. Okay, I'm like, well, you're already overseas in it. Think about doing a year overseas teaching ESL and then taking a year off to live in the States, reconnect with family and friends. I find that living overseas full-time is a lonely proposition. After a year, I don't really enjoy it anymore. However, once I recharge my battery in the States, I again look forward to moving abroad. Yes, the human brain, this is a problem you're going to face. Everybody faces it once they get out of the debt slave mule wage, or debt mule wage slave, or whatever you want to call it. And that is the constant pursuit of novelty. No matter how awesome, no matter how amazing, you will get bored with something. And so you will go back to what it was. You know, like, I'm like, at home, when you're out, you want in. When you're in, you want out. When I was at home, I'm like, God, I can't wait to get on my motorcycle ride. Now I'm on my motorcycle, I'm enjoying it, but I guarantee you in a month, I'm like, God, I can't wait to get home. It's kind of like a battery. It needs to be decharged and recharged, and that is the human brain. You cannot do one thing for too long. So I completely understand you there. By teaching English overseas, I could save up around $40,000 each year. Wow, which gives me $20,000 to live cheaply in the States on the year off, and $20,000 to save/invest for retirement. I'm currently 29 years old, and my main concern is I won't be able to find a lifetime partner with this lifestyle choice. Most women aren't willing to live in the States for a year and then move abroad, especially because the places I make the most money aren't exactly paradise. Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, Oman, United Arab Emirates, Central Asia, China, etc. I thought the United States was pure patriarchy and we oppressed the women's here. There can't be any place worse than the United States. That's what the feminists tell us, because like 3 out of every 1 woman is raped 5 out of every 3 minutes on college campuses. Is this a crazy idea? Your thoughts, best, Josh. And then he provides a little bit more. Thanks for the quick response. As per your question, my response is below. I've dated internationally a bit. I had a girlfriend in the Philippines for a while. She was a nice girl, but was 23, mostly interested in having sex. Oh, you poor bastard. God damn. Oh, horrors. Are you all right? Did you talk to a therapist about that? Some nubile, both 23-year-old Filipino girl wanting to have sex and just sex. Are you all right? No, hang on. Let me mail you a tissue so you can sop up your tear. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I was hoping for more, so the relationship ended. I had a Brazilian girlfriend down in Sao Paulo, and it went much the same way. She was highly motivated to sleep with me, but not so much to take a lifelong commitment. Dude, this is so weird. This is like the dream come true for most guys. It's just... a girl that just wants to have sex, and that's it. Wow. I'm currently talking to a chick in Colombia. I'll be heading to Medellin in January. I find that dating overseas is a bit harder as they don't have the same cultural reference points as I do. They also start with the assumption that I am rich and therefore make no bones about asking for money. Yeah, you gotta look out for that. The whole second, third world Asian Latino culture is, oh, he's from America, get his money. And you're supposed to support the family, and the girl's supposed to the girl's allegiance is always with the family. That's the problem there. The girl's allegiance is always with the family. That being said, I do enjoy working for a year and taking a year off. It allows me to work on important projects that have nothing to do with money, studying philosophy, religion, history, foreign policy, etc. Maybe I'm strange, but I find that simply having sex with hot women doesn't bring any ultimate satisfaction. Yeah, but it's not... Again, this goes back... Talk to a married guy that's had to bang the same fucking vagina for 20 years. I mean, he just wants nothing more than another piece of pussy. And he's like, he's been decharged, now he wants to get recharged. You are fully charged. You're like, I just want to calm things down. Guarantee you find this girl, you're going to be like, God damn, I remember when I was 29 and banging all these girls internationally, and it was great. Oh, man. It's when you're out, you want in. When you're in, you want out. That's just what it is. That being said, perhaps I'm prioritizing this too highly, and sex with hotties is as good as it gets. I would love to hear your thoughts. Enjoy the ride out west. Best, Josh. Okay. Here. One, appreciate what you have. And realize that once you settle down with a gal, if you're going to do it right, you're not going to be able to bang Latina and Brazilian and Filipina and Korean hotties. Because they have it's very curious to me between the sexes. Like, men are like, yeah, I could bang another chick and I don't like the girl. Girls like, oh my God, you stabbed me in the heart. It's like, oh, fuck off and appreciate our sex. You know, we're supposed to understand women, but women aren't supposed to understand men. I'm just saying, pack it in and appreciate what you have now. Second thing, the marriage. I understand maybe down the road you'd like to pair bond with some gal. You'd like to get married, you'd like to have kids or not. You just like to settle for one. Running around, it is true. Running around getting laid does get tiring after a while, but I don't know if it's necessarily the sex. Actually, I know it's not the sex. It's the having to go out and get it. It's the constant running game and being charming, and after a while, yeah, you just kind of like, yeah, I'd like just a nice woman to sit there and be nice and take care of me and make me the meals. But I lost my train of thought. Just appreciate that what you have now, and that will go away once you get married. But going on to getting married and I wouldn't worry about your position, dude. You're 29. The great thing about men is we don't age like women. We really don't have the expiration date that women do. Women date older. And so I know you're 29, you're approaching the big 3-0. You're like, oh my God, I gotta get... No, you don't. You really don't. You got all the time in the world. The big problem that you're going to face is that you're a very unique individual and you are living your life. And very few people, not just women, we're talking men and women, very few people go out and actually live life. And you're going out and living life. And that, like having a high IQ or, I don't know, being deaf, where you got to learn sign language, you can only date people that know sign language. It really, when you live your life the way it's meant to live and you push that throttle to the max, man, you go and you pack it in. There's so few people that are going to be conducive and compatible to that lifestyle that's the problem you face. Now, I'm more of one to subscribe to the philosophy that first and foremost, you are number one and you're not going to piss away your life. I am also not naive enough to say, well, humans don't matter. Humans are the most important thing in life. But the problem is most humans suck. To quote Stefan Molyneux, they suck. They suck. And you're finding that out. I'm sure now you're focusing on women, but I'm sure you're having a very hard time finding male friends who could just probably keep up with you there around. You can have a beer with. And so you're a transient. You maybe talk to the old guys at the bar in Nigeria or whatever in the native tongue. But this does present a hurdle for you if you want to get married. And there's the whole philosophy, you should hold out for the perfect girl and your soulmate. And so some girls, you're going to find some girls like, oh yeah, let's go teach overseas. She's going to be this crazy girl. She likes sex. She's in shape. She's like, well, let's go travel the world. I love it. No. It doesn't work that way. Every great once in a while, the blind squirrel does find an acorn. But for 99% of the rest of the people, it just isn't going to happen. It just statistically likely is not going to happen. In part because of common normie bullshit and mentality, in part because girls are brainwashed to think career, college, stay in the United States. I got to become the Vice Reserve Assistant Deputy Diversity Director with my master's in Women's Studies and Sociology. In other words, the pool domestically, at least in the United States, back in your hometown, has been tainted. And there are very few independent thinking, minding women, as men as well, but you're not interested in marrying men. And that's why I asked about you potentially like finding a foreign gal, but you've already elucidated the drawbacks of that. They're always looking for money. It's a different culture. Da da da. What I would do is, while you're overseas, I know it's a pain in the ass, and I know it's just a waste of time. But I would be putting up a profile in the dating sites in the United States, and be forthright, 100% blunt. You want to be a lightning rod. Like, this is my life. I'm looking to get married. Do you want to tag along? That kind of thing. I travel here, da-da-da-da, and you'll get some gals who'll be like, oh, wow, you know, like, it's amazing what happens if you go on a dating site. Like, I want a traditional woman. She is going to stay home and take care of the kids. I will provide for the family. I understand if you have a career, but I am really... And then the women, like, inevitably admit, yeah, I kind of do want to... I know I was all feminism, and I have my pink vagina hat on, and I protested Trump, and yeah, I kind of do want to have kids. As they admitted when they're 45 and it's too damn late. I think you should just... It doesn't cost you anything. Throw those lines in the water. Boom. You go continue living your life. You go continue... You do your thing, man. You go do your thing. Because... There's nothing worse. Like, if you have to choose between having a wife and then having an interesting life, I'd have an interesting life, because everybody has a wife. It's common. Some people have many. Not because they're Muslim, because they get divorced. It's not, and they don't speak fondly of it. So if I had to be the economist and look at this purely empirically, your life is rarer than a successful marriage. It is. You're enjoying it. You're having a good time. And I know you'd like to have things, but that's the thing about life. Nobody gets everything they want. You just don't. It doesn't. You're just going to go. And this isn't like, oh, I wanted chocolate, but all they had was butterscotch. No, there's like some major things. Like, everybody just has to give up. Oh, I'd like a good career. Some people aren't going to have that. I'd like to have a nice, caring spouse. Some people aren't going to get it. I'd like to have a woman that's in shape. Some people aren't going to get it because of obesity. And although men are more obese than women. So, I mean, think about the gals. I'd like to have a guy that's in shape. Not in the United States, you're not. It's accepting that you're not going to get what you want and then not holding out or pining for that and sacrificing the opportunity cost of what you could have had in your life. So you got time. I would make some forays and efforts digitally to find a girl in the United States. So when you're in the United States, like, you got some girls you can date potentially. I don't know, strike up some digital relationships. I guess that's how it's done now. Like, you don't meet the girl at the local sock hop and ask the girl to go to the drive-in to get a butterscotch sundae. It's all internet now. Instagram. I was talking to what's his name? Engineered Truth. Matt Tran, and he's talking like, oh no, it's Instagram. Like, that's how everything, like, so okay, it's digital. You could be 50 miles away or 5,000 miles away. It doesn't matter. Just go and fish digitally in the United States to maybe find a gal. Strike up a digital relationship. And it's going to be work. It's going to be a part-time job. When you get back at home and you're done, you got to go online. And I know you like listening to history and everything like that, but you got to go online and fucking fish these gals out. But I would also keep your ear to the ground on girls overseas that might be conducive, like, they're not the money-grubbing whores and like, oh, my mommy said, my mommy, like, yeah, fuck you, senorita. No, I'm the one in charge, and we're leaving this shithole second world country, and no, we're not sending your parents money. Oh, but me mommy and me papi want to come to the United States and be American. No, you want to live off the fucking taxpayer is what you want to do. Fuck you. So, it's the point I'm trying to make is accepting the fact that you may not get what you want is the first step. This doesn't mean you don't try, because that guarantees you won't get what you want. But don't have too high of expectations, because I don't know if you noticed, the United States is not exactly full of independent-minded people. They're not going to be like, oh, they'll say, like, well, that's so cool, man, you get to do it. And it is. But I'll tell you right now, I mean, here I am in Rapid City. You know how many people made it with me on my little motorcycle ride, huh? You know how many people, hey, yeah, big fat goose egg. Because most people can't, and a lot of people choose not to. And so your lifestyle, when I die and when you die, they're going to, oh, wow, look at that life. He left a legacy. That was really fucking cool. But for every one of you and me, not to, bro up, but there's literally tens of millions of normies who just born, go to school, get a degree, go work at the Cube, 2.1 kids, didn't save up enough for retirement, have to work past 65, and they die into obscurity and they're fucking nobodies. Your brain is not going to experience that. Your brain is... I mean, you could, like, say you retire from the teaching overseas stuff, like you're just sick of it, you're like, I'm done now, and then you go back to the United States, but you're always going to have that charge, decharge, charge, decharge. In you want out, out you want in. You're going to want to go back out into the field. And you know what? That's cool. That's cool. But you're going to have to make some concerted efforts to find a gal. But, you know, 22, you get married at 50 and you're still all right. As long as you stay in shape, you can find some gals. 30 kids are finally out of the fucking house. Single moms, you know, whatever. You can do that. All right. I wish I had a definitive answer for you, but sometimes there is no definitive answer. But yeah, I would, you know, throw some lines in the digital pond of the United States while you're overseas. But don't give up what you're doing now, man. Absolutely don't. You go do what you want to do. If a girl comes along and wants to follow, cool. The worst thing you can do is like, you change your life to chase a girl who's just normie. And then you got a normal life and you're stuck with her. And you're just kind of like, oh. And you're not doing your thing anymore. And then that's the real, that's the bigger cost, I think, than not getting married. So. All right, that's all we got. You guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. The Dark Knight of Advice columns, the Dear Abby that curses a lot, America's older brother, and all that other shit. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.